Hi guys, today I'm making a video that I've been thinking about making for quite a bit. I will start off with this. My lucky number is 14. It started off being 7 when I was very young. For some reason I decided I wanted to have a lucky number and a favorite number. So not just a lucky number but a favorite number, and that was always 7. And then once I turned 7, for some reason I felt like I needed to change my favorite number since I had passed the age of 7. I don't know what this logic was. Obviously I was 7, so who knows what I was thinking. But then I changed my lucky number to 14. After that, it stayed the same for the rest of until now. I'm 22 and it's not changing. I've always loved the number 14. It's always called to me. I don't know what it is. Not only that, but the number 4 and also the number 7 has really stuck with me as well. These numbers have really been following me around this year specifically, and I really started to notice it more probably about 3 months ago. I never wrote stuff down until now, but I started logging things in my head. So the first instance that kind of really stood out to me, a few months ago I was taking a friend home from work. Shout out to this friend, you know who you are. Name starts with an E. It was my first time going to her house and my first time ever hanging out with her, my first time giving her a ride home. And I didn't notice for quite a bit, but we were sitting outside of her house smoking for a while, maybe like almost an hour probably. And I look up suddenly and I notice her address. The numbers were 1441. And for some reason it really like was aesthetically pleasing to me just to see the 1441, and I was like, why is that so cool? Oh wait, that is literally 14 and then 14 backwards right next to each other put as 1. Yeah, 1441. So then I was like, wow. And this is when the universe started to get kind of weird for me. A lot of things are going right in very weird ways. A lot of things are happening, have been happening for me. A lot of changes, and a lot of things have changed in my mind and about how I see myself and how I see my future and how happy I am with all these things and like myself and self-worth. And so I definitely feel like the correlation of all these numbers showing up really have a lot to do with that, because this is specifically when I started to feel another huge major shift in my life. So that was the first instance, 1441. The second one, and I'm just kind of grouping these in random instances, but I'll explain each one. So another one is timestamps on videos when I'm editing videos specifically. Like when I go to trim a video, first thing I'll do is I'll trim it in half, because when you're trying to edit an entire really long video, it can be really hard to clip the very ends of each part because there's just so much. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but if you edit videos, it might make sense. So what I'll do is I'll just click a random spot, split the video in half, and then maybe if it's really long, I'll split that half in another half. So that way I have 4 different sections to edit separately, and that makes it a lot easier. So there's been so many times where I will just randomly click a spot and it'll be 14, or it'll be 7, or it'll be 314 or 414, specifically those numbers. And it keeps happening to the point where now it's happening way more often than it was. And so that's one of the reasons I decided to make a video. Another one, times, all the time I will look at the clock and it will say 7, something 7, or something 14, or 44, or 11, or 1111, things like that. Especially the time 414 has been showing up a lot in my life, and it blows my mind every single time. It feels like something major. It feels like a sign. It feels like I'm going on the right track in life. Another one is money totals. There was a couple times within 1 week where I had money totals that ended up to be 14 something, and that happened like 3 or 4 times in a row of it on the same days. There was one where it was twice in a row on the same day. So then I got a $14 tip which was in one of my delivering videos, I dropped the receipt outside of my car and almost would have lost that $14 tip if I hadn't sprinted to my car before the wind blew it away. And I didn't say anything about it in that video because I knew that there was just way too much to talk about on this subject. Everything at that place that I was working at, the pizza place, you had the choice of ordering 4-piece, 7-piece, or 14-piece. You guessed it. So when I heard that blew my freaking mind. That was maybe 3 weeks ago. So this is really all happening in such correlation with each other in such short times, but I know that might sound stupid, 4, 7, or 14-piece, but I've never heard that at any other place ever. At Domino's, it is an 8-piece or a 14-piece or a 40-piece. Other places it's a 6-piece or a 10-piece. You know, I've never heard of it being a 4-piece or 7. It's really weird that those numbers would all correlate. I don't know if that's really small, but to me that was something so huge because it was all of the numbers that I loved. Then shortly after that, I was starting to run out of money before I got paid. And there was one time when I had $14 left in my wallet. And then that happened a couple days later after I had gotten some more tips built up. I went to go check my wallet and there was exactly $14 and both times only $14. So I thought that was really interesting. Then here is one of the major things that started to get to me because I watch YouTube so much and I have a lot of different YouTubers that I watch. And the first one was, this is minor, but it still meant something to me. I was watching Trisha Paytas. When I was watching her videos about a week ago, she was at 4.7 million subscribers. Like, that's a couple of my favorite numbers right there, 4.7. I thought that meant something. It like caught my eye and I was drawn to it and I was like, really, 4.7 has to be my number. And then after that, I think maybe the next day or even the same day, I was watching Jeffree Star, who I freaking love so much. I also love Trisha Paytas, just saying, I love them so much. Jeffree Star, he was talking in one of his videos, and I'm sad I didn't write down which video, talking about how he was on a flight with 14,000 passengers or something like that. And he's talking about this because his bags were lost on this plane. And it's actually like in a makeup haul video. I actually know what video, I think, I just can't remember the name. He got a bunch of makeup from another country and then was trying to, you know, do his review video of it, but his bags got lost in the freaking airport system or whatever. It was taking forever to get to him. The video, he's really upset about it. I thought it was really interesting that it was exactly 14,000 passengers. And then in the same exact video later on, when he gets the makeup and he's reviewing it, he says that the primer he's using was $14.99. I know that's not exactly 14, but it has 14 in it, and I was just like, seriously, like this number is following me, it's crazy. So then I want to jump back to a few days ago. This is absolutely terrible. I'm sorry to anybody involved, if this affects anybody, if you don't like me talking about this, but I was scrolling through Facebook or somewhere, and supposedly a missing girl was found and her body was in 14 pieces, and that was very, very recently, 3 nights ago, I think. And I was just like, seriously, that's an odd number to say, you know. So yeah, past that terrible thing, shortly after that I was going to sleep and I noticed that my phone was dying, so I went to go plug it in and I looked at the percentage it was at, and it was at 14% exactly. So then, well, I don't remember what I was just talking about, but my grandma just called me and interrupted the video, and I freaked out thinking I might have lost the video. I went to go check, and it was at 14 minutes long. That's how much I had just recorded before my grandmother called me. I am mind blown right now. I noticed my phone was at 14%, so I went, plugged plugged it in, and then I laid in bed, and I was like, well, I'm not that tired yet, and I usually like to wind down, sometimes playing a game of pool. I've played the 8-ball pool game on my phone for years now. I'm at a level 107. I actually have my own pool group that I made called Lotus Queens. So I went to go play a game of 8-ball pool, and I noticed that I had one of the watch a video to get a free dollar type of thing. And it's not a real dollar, it's just a pool dollar. I watched that, and after that I had $14. That was weird. I was like, seriously? Like, this just keeps happening. It just keeps following me. So then, after that, right before bed, I told myself that I was gonna go to sleep. And that this was the first night I wasn't gonna edit a video all night and stay up until 2 in the morning. I wanted to not do that for once. So I was like, okay, you're just gonna watch a video, you're gonna play a pool game, and you're gonna go to sleep tonight. Well, after that pool game, for some reason my mind just kept going, and I really just wanted to edit the videos that I had already. So I went and I stayed up in my bed in the same spot for 2 hours, I think, almost, editing my next singing video. Well, I posted it, and I don't even think I noticed this until the next day when I had just checked on it. That video is 7 minutes and 14 seconds long. So at this point is when I was like, okay, I'm making the video ASAP. This is becoming too much to write down or remember, you know, like it's happening way too much. And that, something directly that I made without knowing it, without trying, it came out 7:14. 7 minutes and 14 seconds. That blows my mind. So, yes, there's more. Coming from that to, I think this maybe was the day after that or the day before. I also like to watch Brandon Ferris on YouTube. He is freaking hilarious. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna put all their names here so that you can look them up on YouTube yourselves. But Brandon Ferris is amazing. You will love him. You won't regret looking him up. He's also on Facebook. You most likely have seen his videos on Facebook. I was watching his stuff, and I got to the point in his channel where I had gone through almost all of his videos already, and when you get to that point, you're just kind of like, you know, I don't want to stop watching this person. I just want to keep finding videos that I want to watch of theirs. So I was looking through his channel and watching some of his old videos, and there's some videos that he made when he very first moved to California and started to pursue his dreams, and he was homeless, and he was living in his car, and he was broke. He was making these videos in his car, and he made this series of videos called I'm Gonna Make It, and there's, I think, 8 of them. So there's I'm Gonna Make It #1, and then so on. And then the very last one, I think after number 8, is called Be Better Than You Tomorrow. And I was going to watch this before bed one night, but I was gonna save it to watch for in the morning because I knew it was kind of a long video once I looked at the time of the video, which was 14 minutes and 5 seconds. So I thought that was insane. Another thing just jumping out at me, a video that really had a lot of meaning to it, Be Better Than You Tomorrow. First of all, that quote was like really hitting me in many ways before I even noticed the timestamp was 14 minutes and 5 seconds. So that was another time. The last one that really made me think, I was watching another Brandon Ferris vlog, the first I'm Gonna Make It video that he made. So this is I'm Gonna Make It #1. And in this video, I kind of tried to paraphrase it, but he's talking about how he's gonna make it, and he just moved to California and he's homeless, and he doesn't care if it takes a long time to become successful in what he wants to do with his life, as long as he's doing what he loves. He doesn't care how long it takes. So then he goes on to say, I think it's worth it to live 14 years doing what I love. And I quote that. And the reason he said 14 years is because He is 26 at the time of this video, and I'm guessing this, I'm pretty positive that's why he said 14. I don't think he would just randomly say 14 years from now, because just before he said that, he said, I don't care if it takes until I'm 40 to be successful. So that really, really hit me, because not only did he just randomly, for some reason, have the number 14 in his mind and is saying it, not only that, but he was saying something extremely, extremely meaningful to me. And he was in a position that I really connect with, and you know, being alone and being broke and not having anybody, but still feeling like you're gonna make it, and still knowing that you have worth and that you are going to go somewhere. It blew my mind that these two things crossed paths, because especially right now, within these last few days, I've been feeling more motivated than ever to be myself and start doing what I want to do and start loving life and being like happy being myself. That has really grown, and that this was part of the start of it. This was when I started to, I don't know, skyrocket, if you will. And then Brandon Ferris just talking about how he's gonna make it. These are pretty old videos, and I was just scrolling and stumbling upon them. So then that connects me to a while ago, when it's like slowly started up, when the numbers started following me. I saw a license plate that was parked next to me that had 314 on it, and I thought to myself, I have no problem with the number 3 being with 14, but why? Like, isn't 3 kind of like, you know, a witchy or unlucky number? So why would I feel like comfortable with the number 3? Why am I okay with that? And then I started to think, oh yeah, that one phrase for I love you, 143. So like, you know, when you were texting in the old days and you tried to put I love you, you would have to put 143. That song 143. There's a lot of songs and interpretations based on it. But basically the numbers 143 mean I love you. So when I realized that made everything come together for me more than it ever has, because that means that the number 14 in some way means I love. And that means so much to me, because I love way too much compared to others. I love everything way too much, and when I do love things, I love them excessively and overly and cautiously, and just everything in the world has been about love to me since the beginning of my life. I can't explain why, I have no idea what it means, but I love love, and I love being in love, I love seeing love. Maybe I haven't had it in a long time, but that doesn't stop me from loving love and still feeling it all the time, and feeling love for a lot of things and a lot of people and animals and the earth and nature. I feel love for so many things all the time, and so it really blew my mind when I noticed that that's what it meant. I want to end this video saying I think it's worth it to live 14 years doing what you love, even if you're poor and unsuccessful, because you're being your true self, and that is the only true way to be happy. Be real with yourself and to yourself. Let these signs guide you. Let these signs help you know that the universe is on your side and with you. I have had some of the most lonely times in the last couple months that I have ever had in my entire life. I tried to make friends with so many people. Like, for a person like me who's very sensitive to bullying, it brought me down really, really far in some moments. But I have kept strong, and I have kept fighting, and every single time I have, these numbers pop up more. And my life keeps excelling, and my brain keeps excelling, and I keep feeling like I'm changing in a such an amazing way, and I am so much more happy being independent and not even trying to rely on others, and not rely on others like favors, but rely on others in general as friends. I used to really rely on that, and now I'm seeing that all I need is myself and the universe and my dog. That's all you need in life. Like, seriously? You don't have to worry about other people's judgments or anything else that's happening in the world. It's nice to care about things that are happening in the world, but you don't have to be so affected by them. And I say this to myself, trying to listen to my own advice. I am getting a lot better at it. I've said that a lot, I feel like, but I'm getting so much better at not letting judgments affect me and not letting what other people think of me affect me. It's really, really hard with severe anxiety. You'll have random moments, or you'll just wake up with such bad anxiety you feel like you're gonna throw up, and with such bad thoughts that you wish you could have a mind eraser. And I'm not talking about like violent thoughts. I'm talking about thoughts of, wow, why do these people hate me so much? What did I do? What are they doing now? Like, just all these crazy emotional thoughts, and that just will keep fueling your anxiety. So I really still am fighting that, but it's gotten so much better now that I'm okay being by myself, and I'm okay with having myself, my dog, and the universe, and the few friends that I do have who really care about me. I don't need a group of people who don't truly care about me just to feel cool and to look cool with. That's not the type of person I am, and honestly, I'm glad about that. I'm becoming happy with the person that I am and the differences that I have from others. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry if I lost track or if I got a little confusing. I don't plan my videos. I've done this twice now, where I just write down random little notes and I'll try to base the subjects off of them. This, I needed to do it with because there was so many different examples of what was happening, and I know I would have left some out, and I know I would have messed up the order, so I had to do it with this video, but I normally don't. Thank you so much for watching. Know that you are loved, and know that if nobody's on your side, the universe is on your side. God and or the universe. Whatever, whichever, either, both, whatever you want to believe in, whatever you feel is right to you is on your side, and the more faith and power that you put within it, you will have more faith and power. Stay positive. Don't try too hard. No obligations. Live your life calmly. Try not to push yourself too far. And take care of yourself. Thanks for watching me ramble on about my lucky number forever. I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Have a good day, good night, good evening. Thanks for watching. Real quick, I want to shout out this lip stuff that my sister gave me, I think a few years ago or maybe a year ago. It is like amazing. It makes your lips super shiny, and it just like stays on. It's really sticky, and like, I don't know, there's no way to explain it. It's not like the new stuff that you would want, like matte or any other type. And let me just tell you, I don't know what it is about this formula, but it stays on your lips, doesn't smear, doesn't come off for hours, and look at the shine that it gives. It's not like it comes off super strong, but you can't take it off really, easily. And it's not gonna stain you because it's almost clear. It's just very, very shiny. So, I wanna shout this out. I don't even know if they're still a company or not because it's been so long, but they're called House of Beauty. And this is called a lip hybrid. So if you wanna find these, it's houseofbeauty.co. And if that doesn't work, try .com, because the packaging is a little bit faded. So I can't tell if it's .com or .co. This shade is Bella, and as far as I can see, it looks pretty natural. Red 40, so maybe it's not so good, but I still think it's beautiful. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye.
bye.